Welcome back to the treasure shop. Brett here, back from the Shadow Realm with Grandpa's Treasure Shop. Today we're going to cover the best selling cards in the Yu Gi Oh market. There's a lot of interesting things going on right now in the market. For starters, we're just looking at the best selling Yu Gi Oh cards slash products. And you see, top selling at the very top is March Hare, Malice, good old fashioned Malice. So we're gonna take a look at this. I remember I'm gonna cover some of the cards that have been best selling for us as well at Grandpa's Treasure Shop. This card is definitely one that sold out within 24 hours. Sure, we get sets a few days early and have singles online already on our eBay. We will leave all our links down below in the description. Make sure you check it out. We, are here to provide all the best, content slash card single sealed product for the community. And I know what it's like to be a player and wanting your cardboard. But without further ado, Malice P. March Hare. This card, we sold them. I think the first one sold for like $64.99 a few days early, and then someone bought the other three for $59.99. As we can see, pre-sale prices, it's like $90. I was not trying to go that high, let's be honest. But we see a cliff. It starts dropping drastically all the way down to 47.20. Now it's about $46. Do I think this will go up? Absolutely. I mean, you see this. There is literally no curvature. I mean, we see volume right here if we're looking at the chart, and then it starts to decline. But what happens when we get closer to Nats? What happens? This right here is going to curve, more than likely. This is not official financial advice, but this is for entertainment purposes only. We do see, as of today, literally today, the 16th, people are buying the crap out of these. Like, there's a ton of sales for the 16th. Like, this card is going. So, do I think this card will go up? 100%. Especially the closer we get the Nats. Sure, there might be 12 pages, but and yeah, there's quite the wall right here with 45 listings from Gamer's Choice, and then we got 203. But based on the quantity that have been selling, this is gonna go quick. And then next, I'm going to talk about some of the best-selling cards of the latest set. Alliance Insight here. We see the best sellers. We got Backup Ignister. I think we sold them for like $18.99 on pre-sale, but we had them in stock, of course. Probably could have got a little more. But this card, it is pretty well in demand lately. Here we have, it's like 15 roughly. But we do start to see a bit of a curvature. This card is getting popular. Let's check some of the sales data. Yeah, just like March Hare, people are buying this. This is in demand. So, yeah, we see there is 11 pages, sure, but yeah, that's another good one. Do I think it's worth picking up at this price? Absolutely. 100%. I mean, if you're a little on the conservative side, which I know we tend to be when it comes to investing in cards, I mean, I would probably wait to see if this goes down just a little bit. With the curvature, I don't know if it will. It might for, a couple weeks, and then it might start to curve again. But yeah, nonetheless, this isn't a terrible price to buy this at, especially considering what future prices could be. And then we got the Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice. Yeah, these cards, it's one of those things. It's a waifu card, yo. Like, everybody loves Dark Magician Girl, and people are getting hyped for the deck. Do I think the deck's going to be good? It don't even matter if it's good or not. People love the nostalgia behind this kind of stuff. Regenesis, this deck is getting a lot of hype. I don't know. I think I kind of decided to leave the cards alone, if I'm being honest. But it might be worth picking up. It depends on what happens. I know we tend to be a bit conservative at Grandpa's Treasure Shop, so Regenesis, it could have potential. I think these cards, especially given this is a really cheap secret rare, could go up. But we are going to talk about Gordian Slicer because I think this card is way too cheap. Like literally this card is 13 bucks. Like come on now. Sure, there's like 244 of these, but what happens when we enter a format where this card is really good? Like what happens? This right here, this right here, this wall of China goes away. And then we see, there are 11 pages, but yeah, once you dwindle down a couple pages, it does start to creep up. 13, 14, where is it at? I remember seeing it recently. We're actually going to look at what it could peak at if it gets bought out. 40 bucks. I mean, not too bad. Not too bad. But what happens if it does get bought out? If this card is relevant. We all know what happens when Konami announces new support and, people are looking for the next best text for the new decks and everything. I think this card right here does have potential. Is it worth picking up now? Maybe. I mean, it might be more of a mid to long-term investment, but nonetheless. And then, yes, more of the Regenesis stuff. People were liking this Regenesis. I mean, let's be honest. Popular singles. Yeah, we got some Eldritch stuff. But yeah, on to the next. We do got Quarter Century Stampede. I gotta talk about Stampede because a lot of craziness has happened over here, guys. Look at this. Malcharmy Fualos. Why is ultra rare? Like almost 15 bucks, yo. This is crazy. $15 for the ultra rare. Like, yo, comment down below if you think this is just beyond crazy. I mean, people need this card. What happens when we get to page 2? Bottom of the page, we're at 16 bucks. And then page 3, bottom of the page, it's still around 16. And then we start to creep on. It goes up a little bit more each time. And then what does this card cap out at? $50? Like $40 to $50 if this card were to get bought out. Closer we get to Nats season, don't sleep on Nats, yo. Don't sleep on it. Nats is right around the corner. So yeah, this is just madness if you ask me. Like, why? Look at this. Guys, we are literally talking about, this is a super rare, and the super rare is the same price as the ultra. What does this one cap out at? 45? Man, stop. This is not real. But yeah, bestsellers from Quarter Century Stampede, we see Malcharmy. More Malcharmies. And then, of course, Dragon Master Magia. I do briefly want to talk about Magia because I do watch Fresh Off the Press quite a bit. He's another person that I'm personally a fan, no shame in that. Like, I think he has very informative content. This is something that he recently covered, and I agree with his statement. This is, whether it's playable or not, this is a nostalgic long-term investment. This Platinum Secret Rare, yeah, it's $50 right now, almost. But what happens 2 to 3 years from now? This platinum, especially considering platinums are going to be harder to get, just how they're discontinuing Quarter Century Secret Rares, this platinum secret rare could very easily be like $150 to $200. Like, come on now. We remember what happened with the QCR when it came out. Literally, rent money Magia. Shout out to Jay. Okay, yeah. Other popular singles from Stampede, they did release Dark Magician support. So this Dark Magician Girl Platinum, I think it's too cheap right now. If you ask me, I do think this is too cheap. Dark Magician Girl, Platinum Secret Rare, and this card is beautiful. Like, come on now. Literally, like, there's quite a few copies of these, but yeah, the more closer we get to Dark Magician, I think this card's gonna go up as well. And then, yeah, we got some hand traps. You know, people are buying hand traps still. Of course, that's probably not gonna stop. And then engraver. I talked about this in the last market watch, so I'm not gonna stay on it too long. But look at this. The mighty have fallen 6 feet under. Like, yo, this is not okay. Like, yo, that's crazy. If you want your engravers, get them now. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, another card I wanted to talk about is Primite Dragon Ether Barrel. Now, like I said, it's not official financial advice, but look at this chart. You see this? It went down, started to go up again, and then back down in the month of May. There's a little bit of volume right here, but as we creep on, yo, what is this card at? You can get one copy of this for about 26 something. Do I think this is too cheap? Absolutely. Especially the closer we get to Dark Magician. Yo, what are people going to be picking up? This card. I mean, why not? This card works very well. This with Lordly Load. Like, let's talk about that for a second. I remember this card was over $100, like, until it announced the reprint coming in the summer. But even this card being the OG secret rare, man, I think $34.70. This is not a bad price. Which, you know, looking at the more reputable sellers, yeah, it's about $36.90. We the way we do our pricing at Grandpa's Treasure Shop, sure, we want to have, you know, one-stop shop, but also when it comes to cards like this and Ether Barrel, we're gonna list them at what we value the cards at. So, like, for example, people might see our shop and say, Brett, why are you guys charging $49.99? If you ask me, the closer we get to Dark Magician support and or Nats possibly, this card possibly could be like a $60, $70 ultra rare. That sounds just bogus, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, I am not willing to sell this low. This is a buy price, guys. Like, if you guys want to buy Ether Barrel, this is not a bad time to do so, especially considering future pricing. Like, this card's gonna go quick. Like, this curve, yeah, it's a cliffhanger. And then what happens? Booty shape recovery. It's gonna go up. I mean, that's just my educated guess. But yeah, we already talked about Fawalos. Let's talk about Dominus Impulse. This is not a good time to buy if you ask me. I mean, sure, could this card hit over $100? Maybe. Who knows when it's getting a reprint? We have no idea. We have no idea when that's coming. It could be the 10s towards the end of the year. We just don't know. But if you're a player and you need this card, sure, this is not a bad price to buy at if you're a player. But as somebody doing what I'm doing, I am not dropping this kind of money on this card, even though it could possibly hit triple figures. But guys, like, come on now. It's at an all-time high. It could keep going up. I think it will, but I'm not buying at this price. But yeah, like, drop a comment down below. What do you think about Dominus Impulse? Because I truly do think this card is going to hit over $100, but I'm also on the conservative side, and I'm not going to invest in this. I just think this is crazy, because when people get this card, they don't just need one. They need 3 of these things. Like, what? But yeah, another card we're going to cover, we're going to talk about Abao AQ. The bow god is slightly shadow. Look at this. Peak. Had the most recent peak from May 2nd to May 4th. And then it starts going down again. If you ask me what I think this card's going to be like a $50+ card. If you ask me, look at this. Just today, people do want this card. Bam, 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 bam. Somebody bought this at $31.97. That is just crazy, y'all. But then you see reputable sellers, of course. Lowest of 2406. Got 6 copies. Cool. Little mini wall there. But this card, like, I truly think this card is too cheap. This is a beautiful secret rare, let's be honest, and it's a really good card. What happens when this card is really good in a particular format? This card could be almost $100. Y'all remember SB, right? I mean, sure, SB's a Link 2 and this is a Link 4, but what happens when this is a mandatory staple in a format? I mean, I think this card could be, I'm going to say a minimum of 50 plus, but it could peak at 100. Triple digits, y'all. But another card I want to talk about, because this has been best selling for us, LZ Azamina the White Forest. This card's too cheap too. Like, you could get this right now on TCG for $6.75 and have a nice day. And there's a wall right here with 16 copies, $6.77. We recently just sold a ton of these, and we were selling them for $9.99. People are buying this card. This is too cheap. I'm telling you, this is way too cheap. Like, if you ask me, what do I think it could be? It kind of dropped down. All it takes is for White Forest to just do good at one event. It didn't do crazy at the YCS, so this card's went down. Let's be honest. But yo, this is just crazy. Oh man. Yo, halftime show. So if you guys love more of these market watches, I plan on doing these once I get more on a schedule. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is my goal. Right now, I've been doing them on Fridays because that has been the best day for us to do it. We are pretty proactive and busy with other ventures of the business. You know, we got our eBay store running, we got our TikTok shop, and we got our Etsy where we craft creative Yu-Gi-Oh products and nice little projects that we like to do. So if you like stuff like that, make sure you check them out. I got them in the description. So yeah, and make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe on this video. You know, we do want to keep proactive in the market watches. Obviously at Grandpa's Treasure Shop, we sell cards, you know, so with us doing what we do, you know, we're gonna be in tune with the market. We're constantly checking things, and why not share it with you guys, our opinions? So yeah, with all that being said, let's just keep going into this because there's a lot of good stuff happening. The Azamina cards, I wanted to talk about these real quick because I think these are a little too cheap. We see right now, you can get this for like $3-4. But this card is in an all-time high right now. All-time high, y'all. Like, what? Yes, people need this card, and people are buying this card. Like, looking at the sales data, just today, people are buying this. We got bow, bow, bow. Like, somebody bought this for $4.97. Like, y'all, this card, I think this is too cheap. This could be $5-10 down the road. We don't know. But then, of course, we got Queen Azamina. You know, this card is an ultra rare from Supreme Darkness, and it's a beautiful ultra rare. And people were buying it. Why is this card less than $1? I have no idea. I know we're selling a playset for $4.99, and it's getting a ton of traction. Like, I think this card's too cheap as well. Now would be a good time, mind you, this is for entertainment purposes, But my opinion, I think this is a good time to get this card. Like, you could get it for literally 40 cents. Man, this guy right here, 45 cents. He got 3 copies. Man, if I was you guys, I would 100% just snatch these up and then just go to his store so you can get that free shipping over $5. Find some other good investments. But yeah, nah. Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, this is a card that, we pulled a QCR, but like this card is so ridiculously cheap. Ridiculous. Like, how secret rares are so cheap nowadays. Do I think this will go up, even though it's not really like super crazy right now? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it could be. But yeah, I mean, people are, it's at a high right now, but I still think it's too cheap if you ask me. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm just gonna quickly talk about this because this is a card that's been selling. We're almost sold out of this on our shop, and we pulled a ton of these. Majestus guy, less than $1, super rare. It's clean, super rare too. Look at this. Look like a Pokemon. Like, I don't know, but somebody got 147 copies. All it takes one person to say, "Man, this is an investment. I'm gonna drop 200 on this." Like, let's be honest. But yeah, this card is one that's been really selling for us for whatever reason. Yeah, so I mean, you got it there. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the real. I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad. Like, what do I think about Mitsurugi? Mitsubuti. I think Mitsurugi. I think we missed the window to buy. I could be wrong though. This card could go up past $30. Could it? Yes, absolutely. But do I think it's a good time to buy? If you're conservative like me, I'm not buying at 30. Like, we see this chart right here. What happens if Mitsubuti falls out of favor? This is gonna rock bottom. I don't know. If you ask me, the format's changed so fast. Like, I don't know, but all I do know is I wish I was doing market watches when Supreme Darkness came out. Because, yes, I ain't gonna lie, we sold these initially for like $10, $9.99, and they sold out quick. And I immediately was like, whoa, this card's got potential. And then it dropped all the way down to $1. Now look at this. Whew, that's just crazy, y'all. This card is like, okay, you got one person listing it for $5. They're like, man, give me 15. Got a whole playset for you. But then it goes to 8, a little over 8. It's like $9. And then, I mean, there's a ton of pages, but like, let's be real. Now, I mean, it could be a good time to buy, but I don't personally think it is. I think we might have missed the window. I think the good price range for this card might be like 10 to 15, maybe. But I think 10 would be my average. And right now, it's already almost there. Do I think it's going to go beyond that? Heck no. I really do not. All right. And then another thing I wanted to point out here is Bonanza. Yo, Bonanza. Look at this chart. That's crazy. Like, for one box, it's almost $200. 200, bro. Why? Why is this almost 200? I'll show you why. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. So, I'm going to show you not the best selling, but the high prices of Bonanza. Look at Engage. We're just going to quickly touch on a lot of these because there's a lot of them. Engage, y'all. Triple figures. Why? Dark Magician Girl. They announced Dark Magician support, and what happens? Boom. This is up. Up, up. Like, it went super up. Like, why? Look at this. Okay, so this straight line, $48.93. Look here. $90, bro. 90 bucks. This is about to be triple figures. There's only 2 listings at 90 something. And then we go over 100. And we only got 2 pages. What happens when this card gets bought out? $200 for this quarter century secret rare. Like, all of these are going to go up. They're going to have the same effect. What happens when people can't buy this QCR? Oh, next best thing. Let's look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This card crazy. Dang. This is just bogus, actually. Like, bogus, y'all. Why? Why is Dark Magician... This is just bizarre. Bizarre, if you ask me. Yo, I don't I don't like. But then another thing I have to point out here, we got Summon Skull, over $100, 2 pages, might cap out at $200. Why is this card so expensive? Man, I don't know, but all I know is Bonanza is the wave. Heavy Storm, considering what we just saw, I think this is too cheap. I do. I think this is too cheap. What happens when all the GOAT and Edison boomers are like, you know what? I think I want to max out my deck. I want matching rarities. I got QCRs of almost everything. All they do got a Heavy Storm. Oh man, let me just get it one time. Pay $75 for it. And then all these start to dwindle away. And then we go to page 2, and then it's 80. Then page 3, y'all. Bottom of the page, $100. What does it cap out at? $200. This is just not real. Not real at all. I've been saying Blackluster Soldier is a card worth picking up. I think in the next few years, this could be $200-$300. Like, yeah, this is just bogus. Triple T? Why is this card so cheap? Like, look, this card is $60 almost. People would say, I'm not dropping 60 on that. And I say, what happens when this hits $100? You remember what happened to Triple Tactic Talents? Man, before that ban list came out, that QCR was like 140, 150. Ooh-wee. I think Thrust could have the same effect. And this might be another card worth mentioning too. Dark Magician support's coming out. People want to max out their Dark Magician deck. And wow, this card is an all-time high. Getting bought out. Bottom of the first page, we got $200. Man, $60? I'm lit. That is crazy. Oh yeah. Magician Souls too, though. This is an investment that we made. We bought like 9 of these QCRs when they were like 16 some. And now look. This card is almost $30. You get to page 2. After the $30 mark, we're almost 40. Page 3, bottom of the page, it's still a little over 40. And then it caps out. Oh, no. This ain't real. This card caps out at $80. This card could be like $200 eventually. Like, we never know. We just don't know. Man, this is just bogus. This is another investment that we made personally months ago, though. I don't know if I would buy it like the... It might even still be a good time to buy, if you ask me. Because this card is played, right? It sets Eternal Soul directly from the deck. It might be a one of, possibly 2, but I think maybe 1. People might only need 1 copy. I do think this could be $20. It could be. I mean, it's only 2 pages, y'all. Bottom of the second page, yeah, it's about 20 bones. Like, what? That's just crazy. We do got the Platinum Secret Soul Servant, though. Like, the Platinum, y'all. This is $10. Man, get your Dark Magician stuff now. I'm telling you. Get it before it goes too high, and then it's out of reach. We got a little bit of time before the stuff comes out. What happens when 2-3 months before it comes out, these cards already went up, and they're just sitting there because everybody's ready. Like, what happens? Man, that's all for today's Market Watch. I really hope you enjoy this content. If you guys like this video, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the algorithm, especially just sub to the channel and hit that bell. We're going to start doing giveaways eventually, once we start generating a little bit more feedback from you guys, and we want to engage with you. We want to engage with the community. We're going to start doing more lives on TikTok as well. Make sure you go check out our TikTok. That's honestly our biggest page that we got. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Until next time, this is Brett from Grandpa's Treasure Shop. Back to the Shadow Realm.